my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said great. I'm doing great. We're coming to you from Central Florida again, and today we're gonna take Ja to the dog park, let him have a little fun, and then we're gonna head off to the Florida Air Museum. I wanna check this out. This is apparently like the air museum here in Florida. They have a lot of really cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what they have. So, Days with Jordan the Lion, you all, it begins right now. Here's the real star of the show, peeing on everything, getting his nature in for the day, looking for buddies, visiting dog parks, trotting along like the happiest dog in the world. How you doing today, Joster? Are you going to be okay with me going out to a little museum? Look at that handsome boy. Look at that handsome face. Hey, Joster. So we found the Florida Air Museum over here on the Sun and Fun Expo campus. And look at that, one of the Thunderbirds up there on display as you drive in. And from this angle you can see the name up there. Right here on display they have one of the Convair Sea Darts for the Navy. There are only 5 Sea Darts made. This is the only seaplane to have exceeded the speed of sound. That's pretty awesome. So you can fly right on the water and in the water. All that before we've even walked in. I don't know if I have the the guts to do a hot air balloon ride. The idea seems fun, but I just don't know if I could do it. Basket. Wow, take a look at this place. Look at that. Made with very light materials. Look at this little one. This is a single seater, and they show that this was kind of rolled out in 1970, and to show you how small it really is, there it is pulling up to a gas pump. Looks like the wings must have folded upward, and that's where you would have sat to fly it. Man, that is small. Look at that ultralight up there. I think that's what that is. The shark face. And here's a Heath Super Parasol from 1934. The Quickie Q1, also a single seater. The Red Baron. Red Baron pizzas. This is a 1934 aircraft. Aeronica LB. Up here's an England Spacewalker. This one we could almost just, like in a movie, just run right up here, jump right on, climb in. In fact, that's probably exactly how you get in there. That looks like it's got the treading for it. A Ford Flyver. Look up there, they have a Wright 1903 replica flyer. Here's a 1946 Culver. Over here you can see they have a MiG-21 33rd Fighter Wing of Elgin Air Force Base scored the most combat kills of any Allied unit during the Gulf War. MiG is an example of one of the enemy's planes which was not able to keep up with the superior skill of the United States military. It says the Howard Hughes Experience, so it looks like it's a recreation of one of his offices.
We've got the same space there. We have the same space there.
And then this whole room is dedicated to Howard Hughes, including some of his flight suits, some of the seats. Of course, one of the big things that he did was making military planes that could save having to use boats to get everything over, the equipment and all that. Here's one of the drive shafts. So here are his suits, and it says while filming Hell's Angels, which was the movie that he did for his RKO Productions, says he insisted that Thomas Moore's Scout biplane could take off and immediately execute a sharp low-level turn. The stunt pilots insisted that this maneuver was impossible because the plane's rotary engine would cause it to spin and crash. Hughes disagreed and jumped into the tiny plane himself to prove the pilots wrong. Full throttle, he roared into the air and began a sharp left turn. The stunt pilots were immediately proved correct. The Scout flipped into a spin, slammed to the ground. Hughes, unconscious, was pulled from the twisted wreckage. Fortunately, he was not seriously injured, but he did sustain a crushed cheekbone that would plague him the rest of his life. Of course, these had to be fire retardant because of him knowing that he could possibly crash in them. These were in his air-conditioned warehouse in Las Vegas when they were donated here. And these are 3 Hollywood actresses that he was rumored to have been involved with: Billy Dove, Katharine Hepburn, and Jean Peters. But this one they believe was Katharine Hepburn's. They flew together in the 1930s and believe that Hughes would keep both flight suits together at the same location. Because you can see he was 6'3" and his goes all the way to the floor and hers doesn't. This is kind of interesting. This is the damaged propeller from when they were filming the bomber crash in Hell's Angels movie, 1929. That's really neat to see, actually. The Spruce Goose. This one's called the Little Rocket. This one's called Loving's Love, and it was a plane built for a double amputee pilot. As I look inside, I notice there's one kind of handle control over there and one foot control. And over here they have the inside of a plane, an old plane, the Boeing B-17. Now we've made our way outside and we're actually supposed to go into this building because they have more planes over here. I just found this. I wonder what this is all about. Appears to be some sort of plane boat type deal. I'm not real sure. Oh yeah, they told me they had a plane in here they're getting ready to paint. This building contains a lot of engines. That is a replica of the 1903 Flyer 1, Wright Brothers Flyer 1 propeller. It's kind of cool to see, being from Dayton. And that right there says that is the Cree or Cry, world's smallest twin engine airplane.
You can still wipe it off, it all's got to be wiped off anyway. We should.
Here's the Allison. It says it's the first small gas turbine engine. Look at that.
Average about 30 minutes to 2. Well, you only got 30 minutes.
Kind of cool to see the restoration center. Oh, this is cool. I had family members growing up that worked for Piedmont Air. So it's cool to see like a full plane. And the XVV-1 Salmon. It was built by Lockheed the early 1950s to demonstrate the operation of a vertical takeoff. Herman Fish Salmon piloted the first test flight June 16, 1954. It says this aircraft is only one of 2 prototypes and the only one that ever flew. So we're not just looking at a recreation, this is the real deal. He would have been in there. Right up in that guy. Oh, so yeah, so he would have been right in there for the takeoff. Let's see what this is all about. Look at that. That is a MiG-21MF. Approximately 60 countries across 4 continents have flown the Russian-designed supersonic jet. Holds the record for being the most produced supersonic aircraft. Wow. In this plane it says there were only 12 of these built. Cirrus VK-30. And this is called the Piper jet. It says this is the prototype Piper jet, only one ever produced, and its flight was on my birthday. First flight July 30th, 2008. It says they canceled it in 2011, so apparently not a design worth keeping around very long. That's so cool to see the Piedmont. I mean, I just remember growing up, going over to my aunt's house and always seeing like decks of Piedmont cards and Piedmont jackets from them working there. Called the Tampa Bay Pacemaker, but it looks like the door's closed up there. I think you're normally allowed to go in it. This was donated by the FedEx Corporation and painted to resemble the iconic Piedmont Tampa Bay Pacemaker. After the aircraft's retirement, it was utilized by our high school students as the only functioning Boeing 727 classroom in the United States. I love it. This place is pretty amazing. Not only an air museum, but they also have a school here on the grounds and a high school club for flight here on the grounds. Awesome. Great job on your museum here, Polk County. I believe this is in Lakeland, Florida, if you want to visit. Florida Air Museum. All right, my friends, I want to thank Joseph Young and Beth McDermott for making contributions through Patreon to my channel. Thank you all for watching. If you're new here, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please ring the bell for notifications. We will see you all next time. Have a great night and goodbye.